Hey everybody, it's Will at VIP Mortgage. Time for your local lender update. The bond market is definitely worse than it was last week, but not by a significant amount. Everything was looking good until we had the Fed meeting last week. One of the voting members from the Fed gave some comments that really roiled the bond market immediately after. And this is, I think, some bumpiness in the transition from Jerome Powell to Kevin Warsh as the Fed chair. Warsh has said he doesn't really like all these press conferences. He doesn't like giving forward guidance. He doesn't like trying to tell the markets what they plan to do as far as interest rates go, or even what their economic forecasts for the rest of this year or into next year should be released, because he thinks the markets are too dependent on Fed policy, and that he wants the market forces to dictate interest rate pricings, not what their plan is primarily. So when this voting Fed member gave their comments, it made the markets think that we may actually see some rate increases this year from the Fed, rather than holding things steady or potentially more cuts. That being said, oil prices have recovered 98% of the increase from the Iran war in the last couple of weeks since the memorandum of understanding was signed. That's a really good sign, but it always takes prices longer to come down than it does for them to go up. So we still have a ways to go to see the economy kind of respond to the lower oil prices, and it just kind of has us repeating the same pattern. What we've seen 4 times in a row now is we see 3, 4, 5 days in a row of decent improvements on the bond market, and then one bad day wipes out most of that increase. So we're just seeing kind of these shorter term peaks and valleys. The average trading range of the bond market is still kind of right where it's been most of the time the conflict has been going on in the Middle East, and that continues to move us forward, where I think the summer is going to just be a lot of this kind of staying in that range for the bond market, with the next possible, I'm not predicting it'll happen, but the next possible chance for rate improvements coming in the fall. But a lot of other things have to fall into place for that even to be a reality. If there's anything we can do for you, give me a call, 719-232-7553.